Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day so far. I got a good one for you today. Justin Trudeau and Pierre Poilievre were duking it out in Parliament on Wednesday during question period, and luckily, we got it all on camera. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and with no further ado, let's get into it.
Questions orales, oral questions.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Thank you. Thank you for your support, everyone. Mr. Speaker, after 9 years of this Prime Minister, more costs, crime, corruption, and now more chaos, with 24 Liberal members of Parliament who want the Prime Minister to step down, even when the Bloc wants to keep this PM in power. Even if Liberals don't have trust in this PM, will they trigger an election so we can repair what he has broken? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, the Liberal team, just like the Liberal government,
I just want to say, just look at how smug Justin Trudeau looks.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
I want to thank all members of this House for their rousing show of confidence. I have to say, the Liberal Party, as is the Liberal government, totally united on holding the Conservative Party to account for the fact that they want to cut programs, cut services, cut initiatives that will help Canadians grow the economy, keep inflation down, and make sure there's a strong, prosperous future for all Canadians. That's what we're focused on. While Conservatives focus on petty politics, we'll stay focused on delivering for Canadians.
the Honourable Leader of the Opposition. That was a question in French, by the way, Mr. Speaker. 24 Liberal members recognize that this Prime Minister is not worth the cost, the crime, the corruption, and now the chaos. Finally, today, they needed to muzzle half of these members at the caucus, forcing some of them to go to the bathroom to send text messages to the journalists telling them what's going on at the caucus. The Liberal members know what Canadians have already knew, that the Prime Minister is not worth the cost, the crime, and the corruption. When will the elections be? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, while the Conservatives are concerned with division and personal attacks, we're focused on the fact that we have to deliver for Canadians, deliver dental care for seniors, deliver more daycare spots, deliver investments in a greener economy and creating jobs for the future. The Conservatives are offering austerity and cuts. That's not what Canadians need. We need a government to be here to invest in their future, and that's exactly what we're doing, because confident governments invest in their citizens, and that's exactly why our economy is improving so much.
Well, to be honest, I don't particularly think during caucus meetings you're allowed to actually leak any information to the press. So it makes sense that they'd have to go to the bathrooms and then tweet, right? So I don't know how that's particularly possible, because from what I heard, that they were taking phones, but Who knows? Some people could have had second phones or something like that. But at least we got some leaks getting out there from some of the CPAC videos I've seen. A lot of the main liberals there seems they don't even believe that there is a letter sent to the Prime Minister and to the Liberal Party saying how much these backbenchers don't like the Prime Minister. So it's weird. It's like they're kind of denying that this is happening, that people are not happy with the Liberal Party, but also saying, oh yeah, everybody, we know there's problems in the Liberal Party, but we all stand united against the Conservatives, so it's a little bit weird.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, after 9 years of this Prime Minister, costs are high. Housing costs have doubled. The national debt has doubled. Housing costs are out of control, and the Parliament is paralyzed with corruption that the Prime Minister is trying to hide from Canadians. And now there are at least 24 Liberal members of Parliament who are saying that the Prime Minister needs to resign. In addition, immigration is out of control. He cannot fix what he's broken while he's facing a rebellion. Can he trigger an election right now? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, all Canadians clearly see that the Conservative leader is only offering cuts and austerity and empty slogans. They need solutions, and that's why we're putting forth solutions for dental care, investments in a green economy, investments to attract worldwide companies in fintech through electric vehicles, AI, and quantitative technology. We're going to be here to invest in the future of this company and focused on the future, while the Conservatives just want to bring us back to the Stone Age.
Oh, come on, Justin Trudeau. You're not even trying now. You're not even, attempting to answer the question. You're just sticking to your talking points. That's no fun at all. But at least we have that one letter saying that, yes, there is issues, and those leaks that came out of the caucus meeting. So at least we know there are some things going on. The Liberals can just deny it all they want.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
After 9 years of this NDP Liberal Prime Minister, costs up, taxes up, crimes up, and according to 24 Liberal MPs, time is up. This Prime Minister has doubled housing cost, doubled the national debt, given us the worst economy in the G7. He's paralyzed Parliament with a cover-up of corruption, and 2 million people are lined up at food banks, but he cannot fix what he broke because his caucus is revolting. Will he call a carbon tax election today?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, while the Leader of the Opposition is focused on politics, we're focused on delivering for Canadians the things that matter most, whether it's more money in their pockets with the Canada Carbon Rebate, more places at $10 a day childcare right across the country, dental care for seniors and more Canadians of all ages as we move forward to deliver things that are easing pressures on the pocketbooks and building a strong economy for everyone. This is the work that we're doing, that we will continue to do. While the Leader of the Opposition tosses around empty slogans and plays politics, we'll stay focused on the things that matter to Canadians.
That's right.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
24 Liberal MPs went to his caucus today to tell him that he's not worth the crime, cost, or corruption. They wanted to tell him that he's doubled housing costs, doubled the national debt, sent 2 million people to the food banks, but he wouldn't let them. He silenced half of the dissidents. In fact, some were intimidated so much so that even Rosemary Barton, the Prime Minister's favorite journalist, said people don't have phones in the room and some people are going to the bathroom texting us. Mr. Speaker, will the Prime Minister text those dissident Liberal MPs, tell them to come out of the bathroom and tell the whole world that he's not worth the cost?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Wouldn't we love that? Wouldn't we all love the Liberals to just come right out and tell us what they don't like about Justin Trudeau? That would be very fun. Anyways, after that slight rant, from what couple of videos that I've seen floating around online, it seems that a couple of things they were thinking of doing, the Rebel Caucus, that is at the next vote of no confidence, the Liberals could either abstain from voting, and then the Bloc and the Conservatives, if they vote together, then they could beat the Liberals, or they can vote against their own government. Now that's a little bit sketchy because sometimes if you lose, then you're kind of shunned from your own government, and then it's hard to get anything done for your constituents. But if your constituents are telling you that they don't want Justin Trudeau in power anymore, you're going to have to do something to show your constituents that, hey, I'm not Justin Trudeau, I'm here for you. I'll do what I can to get this guy out. So those are sort of the things I hear floating around online, and I think probably abstaining is where these people are going to go if Justin Trudeau doesn't do anything to appease these Liberal members who are speaking up.
Mr. Speaker, in our caucus, people have always been free to speak their mind and have different perspectives. What is interesting, Mr. Speaker, is nobody in the Conservative caucus seems to have spoken out when one of their members got an all-expenses-paid trip to an extreme anti-abortion church in Florida. Nobody spoke out when one of the members on their front bench went and dined with white nationalists, far-right German nationalists, and nobody spoke up and is continuing to speak up when their leader refuses to get a security clearance so he can deal with foreign interference.
I don't really think Justin Trudeau should be talking about the Conservatives meeting up with far-right people in the United States when they literally invited and applauded an actual Nazi in Parliament. So I think they should maybe tone that rhetoric down a little bit, because once Pierre Poilievre reminds them that they actually did that, it might look a little sketchy on... But I do agree that we should not be funding their little flights to Florida and places like that. That should be on their own dime. I just thought I'd put that little caveat in.
The chair is, knowing that today is Wednesday, has been relatively tolerant of a lot of calls from both sides of the House. I'm going to ask members, please not take the floor until they are addressed by the Speaker, to do that so that we can hear the questions, we can hear the answers.
The Honourable Member for Belleuil-Chambly. Mr. Speaker, I think that it is more honourable to leave all the Liberal troubles to them, but I'll talk about another phenomena: intimidation, corporal punishment, and lack of confidence in science. Is the PM concerned that the situation at Bedford School in Montreal, because of...
Well, I was going to skip the Bloc Quebecois questions, but I think we'll let them have a few, see what's going on in Quebec.
Religious intransigence is concerning. The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, the Bloc leader knows full well that on this side of the House we respect provincial jurisdiction with respect to education, but we're always going to be here to defend freedom of expression and to defend fundamental freedoms that all Canadians have rights to. And these are freedoms that ensure that we are a free, democratic, and open country with values that are always on the forefront.
So that was a very, very important speech that we should pay attention to what Justin said right now, because it just came out that there's a new bill in the Senate. I think it's Bill C 234 or something. I'm going to have to make a video on it tomorrow when I have time. And it's a new pandemic response plan. And he says that the government respects provincial autonomy. We all know that's a lie because he's been the most federalistic prime minister there is. He's the most overreaching. In Alberta, he doesn't even meet up with the premier or the Alberta government when he announces stuff anymore. Coming back around, this bill encroaches even more on provincial jurisdiction. So I'll be watching for that tomorrow. But I can tell you that they're not respectful of the provinces at all.
The Honourable Member for Belleuil-Chambly. Mr. Speaker, I understand that the Prime Minister has his thoughts somewhere else, but is he saying that forced religious education in a school and corporal punishment are freedom of expression of professors? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. No, Mr. Speaker, that's not at all what I've said. I have underscored that administration of schools is under provincial jurisdiction, and we expect the province to take care of its jurisdiction, but we're always going to defend fundamental freedoms of all Canadians, and that includes children who have a right to be educated in a way that reflects our values as Canadians and Quebecers.
The Honourable Member from Burnaby South.
I recognize that the Prime Minister is distracted, but there's a recent survey that's come out that shows that over half of Canadians are having a hard time with the cost of groceries. Now, too many in this chamber are more worried about themselves than kids going to sleep hungry in our country. Why has this Prime Minister refused to take action on painful food prices?
Hear, hear, hear.
My question is, why have you refused to take action on this government for, 3 years now? And now the Parliament has been shut down for 3 weeks. What have you been doing to help people with their grocery prices?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we have taken action and will take more action. We move forward on increasing competition rules so that the Competition Bureau can go after people who are and companies that are gouging Canadians. At the same time as we're delivering more supports, whether it's with the National School Food Program that's putting more money in the pockets of families by giving them breaks on their groceries so kids can actually eat healthy foods at schools, or delivering a Canada carbon rebate. Unfortunately, that carbon
eating jam and bread and bananas are okay, but bread and jam and milk is not helping, is not healthy. It's pure sugar. So do better, Liberal government, do better.
Rebate that puts more money in families' pockets has just seen the NDP pull their support from it, even though it's helping Canadians with affordability, and we will continue to be there to fight climate change.
Then I have the
Gentleman member for Burnaby South.
Have you ever been to a grocery store?
People are losing hope. Order, please.
I'll invite the honourable member from Burnaby South to start from the top, and let me just encourage the honourable member and all honourable members to make sure that your questions and comments are directed through the chair. The honourable member from Burnaby South.
Has the Prime Minister actually ever been to a grocery store?
People are losing hope. The Angus Reid study shows that over 40% of renters have given up on the dream of owning their own home. The Conservatives cut housing construction in Canada and let 800,000 affordable housing units disappear. The Liberals had 9 years. Why hasn't the Prime Minister repaired that damage? The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Both questions the leader of the NDP had. I've actually been to a grocery store with you, Mr. Speaker, in your riding a few years ago in Hull Elmer. And I've been to many grocery stores since.
In terms of housing, Mr. Speaker, we have created a program to invest in housing, affordable housing across our country, with more than $900 million for Quebec, and we continue to invest to ensure affordable housing. While the Conservative Party is just offering cuts in housing programs, we're going to continue to invest to help Canadians with affordable housing.
Yes, but how many houses have you built with all that money you're pumping into it? And how many affordable family homes? We're not just talking about apartment complexes here. So I'd like to know that. Other than that, I cannot stand to watch Jagmeet ask any more questions. So let me know below if you guys would like to make a part 2 of this, and we'll go through everybody's questions and the whole thing. Maybe do it on live stream or whatnot, and I'll get that done. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm hoping for about 500 subscribers by the end of the month. Other than that, watch out tomorrow for that new video for explaining what Bill C 219, I believe it is. I'll combine it with a notice from our premier here in Alberta. And with that, have a great day.